It's been my mission as governor to make higher education more affordable for every Illinoisan, no matter their background, and I couldn't be prouder to say that we're doing exactly that. In the 4.5 years since I took office, our investment in the MAP grant program, that's our scholarship program that's open to anybody who is at a certain income level, that MAP grant program has increased by 75% just since I took office 4.5 years ago. And our Aim High program has nearly doubled, making it possible for students from low, moderate, and middle income families to get a degree tuition and fee-free. That's a big deal. Not every state offers that. We've also invested directly in the university, allowing U of I to do even more than ever before, expanding the Illinois Commitment Scholarship and the Illinois Promise Scholarship to guarantee 4 years of free tuition, housing, and fees for nearly 30% of the incoming class each year. That, too, is a big deal. By restoring public funding directly to our universities, we're eliminating the need for tuition hikes, so you know what to expect semester after semester as you attend school here. We've also dedicated nearly $2.8 billion of university and community college, to community college buildings and university buildings and to infrastructure in and around these buildings across the state. $2.8 billion, $504 million of that funding goes straight to the University of Illinois. From the construction of the Math, Statistics, and Data Science Collaboration Center to maintenance on academic buildings, dorms, and dining halls, we are bringing modernization and transformation right to your doorstep. I also want to be clear to students of color and those who chose our great university in part for the diversity of thought and background that is resonant here, especially in light of the Supreme Court's harmful ruling on affirmative action. Here in the land of Lincoln, our institutions will continue to be inclusive to all students, including those who have been historically left out of or locked out of post-secondary education. That's something different about Illinois. Lots of states heard that ruling and just gave up on the idea of diversity for their universities or said, oh, they're happy about the decision that got made and will just let the chips fall where they may. That's not Illinois. To every single UIUC student, you are among the best of the best. I hope you know that. You belong here. And as your governor, I'll continue to have your back. I can't wait to see all that you will accomplish. Well, the great news is that we significantly increased funding for all of our universities, actually at the same percentage rate for all the universities. And the MAP grants, too, are available to students at every one of our universities, as well as our community colleges across the state. And that's something a little bit new. We've tried to reorient MAP grants to make sure that community college students have as much access as four-year university students do, because it's also true these days that many kids will, I say kids, but of any age, go to community college for the first 2 years and then want to transfer to a four-year university. So it's good for our universities, it's good for our community colleges to have MAP grants readily available. We also increased the direct funding for community colleges. So all the way around, we've been focusing on lifting up every one of those great institutions. I should add that it still isn't enough. If you look back in the history of Illinois, although we've done quite a lot over the last 4.5 years, if you go back 24 years, we were doing much better back in the year 2000, 2001, 2002 at funding our universities from the state government. And not so on MAP grants. MAP grants are really bigger than they've ever been before, but direct funding for universities. So I'm proud of the work that we're doing, but our work's not over yet.
Do you sign an amended version of the bill?
I would sign an amended version of the bill. Let me be clear. I thought I was clear in my veto message, and I want to make clear to everybody here and anybody listening. This is not that I wanted to veto the entire bill. I have the amendatory veto capability. The problem is the bill was written in such a way that you literally couldn't cross out words to make it do what it should have done and what it was originally intended to do, which is to make small modular reactors available for use in the state of Illinois. Right now, we have a moratorium on any kind of nuclear reactor. And there is purpose behind that came, 35 years ago, which is we have more nuclear reactors in the state than any other state in the country already. Small modular reactors are very beneficial once they're ready, because they're not ready for prime time yet, but they are being developed, and they do seem to work very well, and they do seem to be safe, but there are going to be several years of testing yet ahead. But here's what it can do. It can allow a large manufacturer to build a plant and not have to worry that the power lines are 10 miles away and the cost of drawing the power to the site. Now you can actually put an SMR on the site that is just big enough to power that manufacturing facility. Think about the jobs that we could create if the technology proves to be safe and to work properly, and so far it does. Again, I wanted to relieve the problem of the moratorium so that we could bring SMRs to Illinois when they're available. Again, that's what I wanted to have this bill do, and that's what this bill was written to do until it was amended at the end of the process. And as you know, in the last week, things go very quickly. In the last couple of weeks, I should look at the legislators, and sometimes I think that it isn't known to every legislator that an amendment actually made a major change, not just a minor change. And so I believe that my veto will not be overridden. And I believe strongly that we should bring small modular reactors to Illinois.